Hey everybody, it's Tiff
and Mike,
and we are here for another episode of Full Circle Health and Wellness. So we're talking today about healthy eating. We talked last time about healthy hydration, and the two usually go together. If you're eating, you're usually drinking, and vice versa. So now we're going to keep it brief because we want to make sure we don't overfill you with a lot of information. You can always comment whenever you feel necessary. But let's just talk about healthy eating. What is a healthy mentality when it comes to food? Number one, it's seeing food as fuel. Food is intended to stimulate us and give us nourishment and nourish us adequately. Also, what is healthy? A healthy mindset towards food? It's going to be healthy food choices. What are you choosing when you get hungry? Are you going for the chips or are you going for the fruit? Are you going for the cookies or are you going for the grapes? You know, it depends on what your choices are that are also going to equate to a healthy mentality towards food. Also, encouraging you to consume low glycemic foods, foods that are low in sugar. Fruit, nature's candy, can't go wrong with it. But you also have some sweet vegetables, and there are also some great alternatives that you can consume that are going to keep the amount of sugar you consume to a minimum. Also, healthy eating comes along with planning healthy meals. And when you plan healthy meals, you're also talking about the amount of food. We call that your portion sizes. And also hydration. Are you getting your 8 glasses or more a day? Because again, the two go together and one is going to majorly encourage the other and vice versa. So now I know we were talking a little bit about low glycemic foods and the importance of it, so I wanted you to go ahead and elaborate there.
Yeah, it's important for the low glycemic or low sugar content food, and the reason why is because of that hormone insulin that is that regulator, right, of that fat storage. And so when we eat high glycemic, it requires a lot more insulin to produce to process that through our blood, and the abundance gets stored as fat. So when we have a low glycemic level, we don't have, our body is able to turn off that fat storage switch and can turn on the fat burn switch. And so if it becomes an issue that if we don't have enough energy, we can access our fat storage by having a low glycemic intake, and we can therefore use our fat storage as supplemental energy and won't gain a lot of more weight.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're eating less sugar, you're more likely during the course of your activity to transfer using more fat to burn and use for that extra energy. So really what you'll find is we're always talking about body fat and body mass index and all these different things. Honestly, the ratio of fat to muscle, there's a certain percentage that all of us are supposed to have, excuse me, in reference to our weight and our height. And we all have different, because we're all different heights, all different weights. So what you'll find is that a healthy amount of body fat is necessary. So we're not saying that body fat is bad, but there's a certain percentage that's healthy. And then once you start to accumulate more than a certain amount, it becomes detrimental to your health. It starts taking up space inside the tissues and the organs. We call that visceral fat. And it just starts to create extra weight on the joints, things like that. I'm sure we've seen some of our larger population always talking about sore knees and having issues with momentum and movement, being out of breath, a lot of those different things. And that's not always just body fat related, so don't get us wrong. But what we're talking about is the proper amount of body fat in comparison to having excessive body fat, which translates into being obese. So if you keep your sugar low, you're more likely to use more of your stored body fat for extra energy.
The thing is really to revisit just what you just said, that your body basically, when it runs out of places to store your body in a regular fat tissue, it places it somewhere else, and it doesn't belong, and it creates problems.
Oh, exactly. That's right. We were talking about, like, you know, I know for me, the most non-active part of my body, me being a massage therapist, is that I use my arms, and I'm standing on my legs a lot, is right in the center. And most women, that's all of us anyway. We tend to put it right here on our thighs and here on our belly. With our men, it tends to be here in our belly or in our upper pec region. Right. So how even the weight is distributed between male and female is different as well. Right. So, I mean, all in all, you have control over how much body fat you store by how much you move your body, and also what type of fuel you're putting in the tank and how effective, the best fuel is going to be more effectively used by the body, and there's not going to be extra stored as body fat.
The best way to say it is, I think, as far as fuel, clean fuel, right?
Clean fuel.
The clean fuel. And the cleanest fuel we know is natural, unprocessed fuel. And that's the best way to say.
Yeah. You ever heard that people talk about, I eat a clean diet?
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I mean, all in all of those components together are going to lead to successful weight management, and that's going to ensure that your diet is balanced. And again, what is a balanced diet? A balanced amount of vegetables, fruit, grains, and protein, along with the proper vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. So, I mean, outside of that, you're going to satisfy your hunger, and you're going to burn body fat more effectively. And you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. You're going to feel better the better you eat. You're going to look better the better you eat. And I've never seen anybody with a good diet majorly disappointed in life. I must say that. So,
and wherever you are in your inside of your diet, I think sometimes we believe we're eating a healthy diet, and we kind of get at a loss of things. Okay, refer back to this video. Hey, do a checklist. Consider it. Hey, am I getting the proper nutrients, the proper proteins, proper greens inside of my diet? What am I consuming? And I think there's something to always go back to say, hey, listen, no matter where you are, there's always somewhere to grow from.
Yeah.
And so wherever you are, it works, because if you got a breath, you have a chance. And so don't be overwhelmed by just trying to get everything done at one time.
Yes, tomorrow is always a new day. And don't forget, with healthy eating, it's going to be easier to maintain any level of discipline. In this case, the healthy consuming of foods by maintaining a healthy, active lifestyle. Make sure you get good sleep. Make sure you keep your stress levels low, and keep your environment healthy. That includes people, places, and things. If your environment is healthy, you're more than likely going to make healthier decisions. So we hope this information was valuable to you. Please, again, comment, like, whatever platform you're on. I'm sure you can follow directions accordingly, because we are smart folks out there. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.